Then you use bandages. Alright. Okay, now what else does it need? Suffering from a deep cut, bleeding. So I need something to, yeah, this, what is this? Septic? To stop the flow of blood, right? Yeah. Alright, now this is what? Suffering from a deep cut, bleeding, no bandage applied, not yet disinfected. So he's disinfected and do the whole dingity, then a bandage. I don't need a split. I need septic? Yes. Okay, now this is suffering from a deep cut, bleeding. Okay, so just the same thing. Septic, disinfected, suture kit, and bandage. This is bone fracture, so I don't need anything on this side. So I need a splint. What else do you need for bone fracture? Let me see. Bone fracture, afflicted area, fasten or splint, no band. Okay, and a bandage. Alright, that's good. Something from a deep cut. So basically the same thing. Bandage, septic, disinfected, and suture kit. And this is a bone fracture. No bandage applied, so I just put a bandage on it. And a splint? Alright. He was just knocked out. Oh. That is true. When you hurt something, you need to bite down. You screw up your teeth. Something soft yet firm. Crap out of him, man. It's like you're still a baby. Go ahead and use a bandana.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now.
Thank
Just
you,
stay where you
Rose.
are. We'll
Okay.
drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
That's some stuff. What's going on? What's he looking at? He's chilling. Oh, in the meantime, let me get one of these pita chips. Oh, my, something good.
Shagohod.
I tried to make that out of English too. That's actually easier, but it came out looking kind of stupid. I actually do like how they use her character because I don't know, I guess in the Western world, just in the world in general, when you think of a man being mentored, but then again, I think in other parts, I guess when you think of a man being mentored, it's not by a woman, it's really by a man. Kind of like the fact that it's by a woman. I mean, ain't no different from majority of black men. I mean, like me. I mean, I was mentored by my mother. I was raised by my mom, so. I'm down. Getting a freaking weapon hard on.
Excellent. A great success.
I mean,
Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
oh Yeah, I got pizza chips.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
Got a wife and kids.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
A whole lot of that.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
You got weapon power.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
That's why now he's like, yo,
Remember
mother
the
Russia
Alamo.
rock for a while.
Colonel!
You just don't give a crap, man. Yeah. It's like a fat man or something. This is why he couldn't have kids. That fallout probably messed up his nards. That's why he couldn't have kids, man. Oh, yes, I would love to save. Yeah, that's the stuff right there. Oh, I love this song. I'm gonna sing with it.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night.
What a
Thrill, I'm searching and I'm melting to you.
Sing it, baby.
What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I live my life not for honor, but for you.
Excuse me.
In my time, there'll be no one else. It's the way I like to you. I'm still in my dreams. Take me now.
Some days you go
Through the rain,
and some days you feed on a
on a
pita
tree
chip.
ground. It's a day that trial to survive. On the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Man, these suckers are good.
In my time, there'll be no
I'm feeling the chip right now.
else. Crime, it's the way I'd like to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Sing it, baby.
I'm still
Bond X.
in a dream, snake eater.
Pita eater. Some good pita chips, man. What is this, Mediterranean flavor? It was Italian last night. Now I kind of want to play it on the I gotta take that back. I gotta take this.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace.
You know how to
Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are
Yeah,
nominal.
this part.
Payload
That's
oxygen
kinda cool.
supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Yeah.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard.
Our
It's our
sharp
last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad.
Now you gonna die.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them,
Brass,
I'm
I
a
thought it was-
traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
I had dyslexia, man.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed.
me
We've still
put
got a
this up.
chance to come out of this
I
one
don't-
alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
I'm gonna
Don't
put
get
this
too
up.
excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson?
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was.
Okay, put him up.
If I am to
did I
survive
miss?
this crisis, I must
man, that
have
was so
your
good.
full cooperation.
I don't mind. That's why I got sick last night.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
You sound like,
No.
Morgan
So
Freeman.
you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin.
The man
Of the
who arranged
Brezhnev
this.
faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Colonel.
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the boss?
Yes,
The mother of your special forces?
Yes, the mother of your
Yeah,
special forces.
that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
Oh, man.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new
Not
host.
true, man. Is it true?
The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious
man.
problems were
Oh,
found with the launcher's range and precision.
Fanning myself.
Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
Stuff.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help,
not Harry
stole
Truman,
2
is it?
experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
You're playing you stupid.
And the American government denies any involvement in
course.
the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I don't know what else to
I've
tell
said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
you. Yes.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government.
He's like, yo, let me get this shit.
You have 1 week. You must catch the boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence.
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week, and if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing.
Oh, it means something.
Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal, huh?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
I need a master like that.
Are the Russians going to be helping
I
us?
don't want to kill people.
The KGB